Hello, you young fellas, subscribers, followers, and friends. How long have you been? Not that long, right? So, today we have a review for an interesting game called The Casting on a Frankstone. From the word Dead by Daylight reads the tagline of Casting of the Frankstone. If you're not familiar with Dead by Daylight behavior interactive's asymmetrical multiplayer tour de force, there's good chance that may put you off. But don't let it develop by Supermassive Games. The talented behind the Until Dawn, The Quarry, and the Dark Purchase anthology, The Casting on the Frankstone is very much its own story, and it's a story well worth jumping into. I don't say this lightly, but it's up there when Supermassive's be best. And the casting of the Frankstone story is split over 3 time periods. It begins in 1963 with the police officer Sam Green exploring a mini mill where it's believed a missing boy could be. But upon exploring the underbelly of the mill, Sam finds much more that he bargained from. For a hidden layer of serial killer Frankstone, if you read my audio YouTube description, on the last video, you could probably see that this opening chapter, what I played. But from there, the story moves to the present day, and we introduce to Maddie and Linda, who are on their way to a big, eerie mansion for reasons yet unknown. The third timeline takes place in 1980, where Linda, the same Linda, is making a horror movie with her friends. It's not immediately clear, but every time overlaps in an important way, and the center of the everything is a Frankstone. I wouldn't say that the casting on the Frankstone is as scariest of all games by the Supermassive, but the lights of the House of Ashes and A Devil in Me gave a more jump scares, I think. But it doesn't matter, not really, because it's the story here that keeps you playing. What isn't a lack of artificial jump scares, it makes up for thick, foreboding atmosphere. It has that in droves. You're never quite sure what awaits you around the corner in the castings of Frankstone, and that's the part of the beauty of it. Like other games from Supermassive, you could describe the casting on the Frankstone as the interactive movie. Sure, there are set pieces where all you're doing is watching and reading appropriately with quick time event or dialogue choice, but you'll be spending much more time exploring your environment, solving puzzles, and hunting down hidden secrets and collectibles. The balance feels perfect. There's just the right amount of both storytelling and adventures to make for a captivating horror experience. Well, it helps that casting Frankstone looks absolutely stunning. I played it on a PlayStation 5 for a review, and it's undoubtedly the best looking game from Supermassives yet. Its environments are stunning, photorealistic at the times, but it is characters and their facial animations that really steal the show. Emotions are perfectly captured, and while there is the odd daft expansions here and there, the animation truly sells the story of you were watching an actual movie. The acting is absolutely on point too, with the whole cast of doing fantastic job of selling their characters. I'm reticent to give you too much away about the narrative, but it's not too much of a spoiler to say that there is some multiverse shenanigans at play here. It is the part of the world Dead by Daylight after all, depending how entranced you are in the certain sci-fi proportions, you might not bat an eyelid. But trying to wrap your head around how everything comes to be, the casting of the Frankstone gave me a bit of the headache. It leaves questions, and let's put it in that way. But overall, I was completely sold on the story, the plot, helped along by believable and the most part likable characters. There's one particular character who I would not stand, but I think that the whole point of them, I shouldn't say who, but if you start playing, I have a little feeling that you'll know as soon as they appear on screen. And the casting on the Frankstone is a surprising treat in numerous ways. It's longer than I expected, taking somewhere between 6 and 8 hours to complete depending on how throughout you're in exploring each area. I was expecting dark pictures length, but this is more on a pair with the Quarry. It warrants that running time too, packing in a lot of thrills, adventuring, and storytelling. It is also surprising that it does a fantastic job of putting you into the world of Dead by Daylight. It might not rely on you knowing much about the universe, but there's a good chance you'll come away wanting the play. When it was announced, a collaboration between the super massive and behavioral sounded very strange, but seeing it now come to fruition, it's nothing less than a stroke of genius. What did I like about this game? It's the believable character, gorgeous visuals, completing and captivating story, and some great environments to explore. I didn't like some multi-universe shenanigans. They're confusing for entry-level guy. And the cast of the Frankstone has a completely compelling story, some fantastic acting, and some of the best visuals that Supermassive Games has ever delivered. This is an huge success and welcoming to all players regardless of how well you know Dead by Daylight. Not even the slightly headachy multiverse shenanigans could stop us from coming back. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me, listen up to me, and see all of my videos. Also, it's highly appreciated if you will leave a comment on your piece.